You know, they say the world is changing, and it's true. The world is changing, but it is amazing how we get so wrapped around the axle when we get into the end of one year and the beginning of a new year. And you will always hear those say, well, the world is really going to change. I believe what we need to do is to keep things in perspective. The fact is, you and I never stop changing. You can look back in your life and you can see your own self changing. And it's amazing how the change happens, but it happens so subtly. It's not one that we're ever conscious of on a day to day basis because we don't see the change necessarily. Now, others can see that change, but we ourselves do not. But the truth of the matter is, we never stop changing. When you begin to think about today in the age of the digital evolution that has now swept through the consciousness of our species, you can see how our whole species has changed right before your very eyes. Think about all the different courses that are now available with degrees that did not exist 10 years ago. You begin to see the effects of a world changing. It really comes down to this. You know, we know the world is changing and sometimes not for the best. But if we would learn to change ourselves before we decide to go out and change the world, I bet you we would get there on a much faster basis. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer. And maybe if you are one of those that like to set goals, goals are good. And begin to establish benchmarks in your own personal life. And if you found 2017 to be a very challenging year, then may I encourage you to begin to look at the situation differently. Maybe sometimes putting on a pair of sunglasses can make all the difference in the world. You know how to save the world? We start with saving ourselves. That's really where it comes into. People say, can technology save the world? We know that the only thing that can save the world is humanity. It's not technology, it's not anything else. We so often use crutches for the excuses of our failures as a species that we fail to realize the answer lies within each of us. And be aware of the Pied Pipers who go out there to tell you they have the answer, they can see the future, they can actually begin to predict the future. Or when they can't predict the future, that when the future arrives, which it never does because it's ever present, but most do not see that because most live in the past. But the point is that those who say that they have the way, beware, beware. You know, every new year is a year of change. It's an every day is a new year of change. But as we enter into 2018, understand some years have more change than others. It's sometimes a little tricky to determine just how big of a change is awaiting us. You know, emancipation from the bondage of the soil is no freedom for the tree. Maybe sometimes we are so anxious to look forlongly into the future that we fail to realize the most fertile soil that we will ever have is beneath us right now. And no matter how hard the struggle may be, no matter how great the challenge, even life challenging, you will look back, and these will be the memories. And in the hardest of times, yet the sweetest of memories are born. Don't fear the change. Enjoy the new year. I look at the new year as a opportunity to bring to life unrecognized potential. I hope that you will do the same. Remember, be kind to yourself, and you will learn to be kind to others. It's a door that swings both ways. Walk through both ways. It's been said, who is your friend for 2018? Well, I'll tell you who your friend is. Your best friend is you. Learn to be your best friend, and you'll be a really best friend to somebody else. It's how it works, isn't it? Because so many things in our life is this that a way. Think about the poor apple. Boy, how it has gotten a bad rap, but how it has changed our perceptions. You're never too young to change the world. Whether you be 20, whether you be 80, the life energy that is still in you is still contributing to this world. That's the gift that you have, and that's the gift that we need. Humanity needs your gift. Maybe that could be the change for 2018. When you think about it, you are time. Time is you. You measure time, and time is measured by you. There's yet future yous, as there is present you, and as there are past yous. The world is changing always. Remember that. It's always going to change. And walking in love will birth a new earth. And if each one of us would make that commitment to simply walk in love, if first to ourselves only, then to those closest around us, you and I will change the world. It's all with your energy. This earth needs your energy. The people around you need your energy. I need your energy, just as you need all of ours. Maybe that is the key that unlocks the door.